these are the lamb shanks Gordon told you not to worry about. Gordon, I found the lamb sauce.
Oh, amazing.
Chef's kiss. First and foremost, can we just appreciate how beautiful these shanks are? Look at the size of that thing. These do have quite a bit of silver skin, so I'm just gonna trim it off like this. I'm gonna lightly lather these up with some good olive oil, and then I'm gonna generously hit every crevice with salt, pepper, and garlic. In our baking dish with a rack, I'm gonna put in some water on the bottom layer. So when these begin to cook, all that fat is gonna drip into that water, and that water is gonna prevent those drippings from evaporating. We're gonna need that collected fat for later. Now I'm actually gonna be tossing these into the smoker at 250 degrees, and I just wanna develop a very nice smoky flavor for about an hour or two. This is a meal I would make if I loved you. In the meantime, I've been loving this long grain basmati rice. Into a bowl it goes. Submerge and wash your rice in cold water, and then I'm gonna actually soak it for an hour or two. Now, as the lamb smokes and the rice soaks, introduce lots of cilantro in a blender. Introduce a Roma tomato. Hit this operation with several serrano peppers. A handful of heartburn goes in. Then we finish with a hefty pinch of salt, a light squeeze of oil, and then we blend. This is my version of the Yemeni zahawig, and you have to include this if you're making this lamb recipe. Moving on, in a medium hot pan, I'm gonna start with a little bit of oil, and then I'm gonna start toasting some clove, allspice berries, some whole black peppercorns, a couple cardamom pods, then finish with 2 cinnamon sticks and 2 bay leaves. Half of this will help finish braising off the lamb, and the other half is for the rice. Once these spices start punching your nose, they're done. So the lamb has been smoking for about an hour and a half. Into a pressure cooker pot they go. I like to add a bunch of white onion, submerge the shanks in water, and add your toasted spices. And then I'm gonna pressure cook this on high for about 30 minutes. You could do the same exact thing in a pot, just bring it to a boil, drop to a simmer, and cover. But you're gonna have to cook it for a little bit longer. In here, I got some saffron I mashed into a powder. And a cool way to bloom this is to add 2 ice cubes and then just let them melt. For the rice, I'm gonna start with a little bit of ghee. Add your basmati rice and toast. Add those lamb drippings that you gracefully worked for. And then I'm gonna toss in those spices that we previously toasted. Light pinch of salt goes in. Ladle in your pressure cooked lamb stock. Add in your bloomed saffron and bring this up to a boil. I'm gonna cover this with a lid and drop to a low and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. I want you to grab a mini bowl and align it up with some aluminum foil. Fill it up with a tiny bit of olive oil. Place that bowl in the center of your cooked rice. Then drop in a lit charcoal to create smoke and cover. That's how you get smoked rice in your own home. Lay your rice out on a big, beautiful tray. Lamb shanks are ready to fall apart like your life. And this is my favorite meal to cook of all time. I have made something similar before, but the recipes keep on improving. Here's how it goes down. You grab a piece of lamb, scoop up the rice just like this, and then a tiny bit of our zahawig. And as always, now bismillah. That is unbelievably incredible.
Wow, Hamdan. Go on.
Now, bismillah.
So
This.
Isn't it nuts?
Oh, amazing.
I love this dish with all my heart.